All right. Well, quick recap of last time. We were underneath Celadrine Lake as we kind of pursued Valdrew, one of the lordless mercenary generals, one of the higher commanders of the former guild and mercenary organization that Ivo was a part of, in pursuit of whatever this strange disease that was happening over land was, as we kind of temporarily lined up with the Erzatsarai. And as we went deeper into this lake, we actually found an undersea temple, and underneath even this temple was a hidden, almost like manufacturing facility for this disease. And what we discovered was that this disease was actually the creation of a sinister pact between Lena and a kind of forgotten, neglected goddess of poison and disease known as Talona. And after some interesting confrontations and getting through this underground layer, you actually stumbled into a kind of pocket plane of Talona, who convinced, more like forced, one of you to become her champion. That was Lady Rowena, who kind of offered to do that for herself. And once that deal was struck, she basically said that she would allow you to leave and give you the secrets for curing this disease if you agreed to be her champion over land and spread her sinister message to the people in the world. As you kind of came back to the underground temple, shunted there by Talona, you investigated the rest, found a few more lordless crown mercenary guards guarding this area, and specifically they were guarding a prison. And as you felled them, Rowena, discovering that she had new poisonous powers after her new pact, discovered that inside of this prison was the kidnapped Lord Ruler, one of them, named Sonara Mournholm, who was in there. And as you kind of approached her prison cell, she was pleading for help, locked inside of this prison cell. And she was pleading for help as you were trying to figure out how to get out here. And that's where we will pick up today, as you guys are all outside of this prison cell that is still locked, with Sonara Mournholm, the very young half-elf Lord Ruler from the capital of Wadep, locked inside. From here, friends, what would you like to do?
So she's locked in the cell still, right? Or is she out of it?
She is locked in the cell still. We ended on her kind of getting up, seeing that you had killed the guards, and basically said, help me. Help me.
I would like to use my thieves' tools and try and unlock the cell.
You can do that. You also did steal the keys from the guards, just to FYI as well.
Oh, right. Well, then I'd just like to use
Do we know what she's in there for? Have we talked to her?
You do know sort of why she's in there. Based on
that we are too trusting.
That's true.
We're gonna go let a prisoner out. We're not gonna prison break to start this episode.
So you did learn this from Fenrisha and Supervisor Ormond a few weeks ago, I guess in game time a few days ago, that Sonara was kidnapped by the Lordless Crown secretly, as a way to kind of make room on the Lord's Council in Wadep for Jackson to eventually fill. So she is basically being held beyond her will, against her will, to keep her Lord's Council seat vacant, so that whenever Jackson comes to town as this hero who saves everyone from this terrible disease, he can slide into this open, vacant spot.
So, two things. First, ACAB, Zunis. So we don't know. There's probably not a good reason. Secondly, I would like to use the keys to try and unlock the cell.
Totes. Zunis, just a heads up, I muted you because there was a bit of echo between you and Rowena, but...
oh, sorry.
Oh, no big deal. You easily open up the key. There are two that you actually ended up taking, one of when unlocked this door, and the gate swings open. Sonara kind of runs over there, and is about to exit, but you are blocking the door, and seeing you and seeing the group, she is still very wary and cautious.
No, you can trust us. We have a common enemy, a couple of common enemies, in fact.
Okay. I guess who are these enemies and who are you guys?
Well, the enemies are Lena Orbweaver and Jackson Reesender, and it's not super important who we are, but we are adventurers. I'm originally from Waddup. We are adventurers from, we met up in Searle, and one thing led to another, and now we're here, and we're trying to stop this virus.
Okay. I don't know about, a virus, but I am absolutely ready to just fucking kill Lena. So.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Ready to go for that.
As well.
And as she kind of walks out, for a second you do get the sense of this noble authority that she's been raised with, and you kind of see her kind of puff up her chest a little bit, square back her shoulders, but she takes a step and she immediately just stumbles. She's clearly very weak. She's bruised and battered. There's many cuts across her body, and she stumbles and grabs onto Firo as she kind of like exits outwards, and Firo grabs her and says, maybe I should find a way to get her out of here eventually. I'll just hang on to her for now. And he takes his big 7-foot form and just kind of like lifts her up. And so he is carrying Sonara, who doesn't seem very unhappy for the help.
Should we? When was the last time you ate? Should we give you some food or some water? Do they feed you okay?
They fed me. I don't know why they were intent on keeping me alive, honestly, but it's not great food. But I'm not exactly hungry.
Okay. Well, if you want a snack, let us know.
I think I'm just gonna hang out here, and she kind of like holds on to Firo a little bit more as she winces in pain.
How long have they been keeping you down here?
Honestly, it's hard to kind of keep track of time, but I'd say at least 2 weeks, maybe.
Ooh.
Do you remember where they brought you in from?
Not exactly. Was kind of unconscious for most of it, truth be told. I remember they brought me in through the castle. I got glimpses of it through my blindfold as I was walking through. So I think we're below the castle, but I don't know how to get back up from here.
Let's find Lena.
Say that one more time.
If you can get us safely to the surface, if we can get you safely to the surface, can you help us find Lena?
Yeah, I think so. Or I could at least maybe point out where maybe, you should go. I definitely want to help. I don't have a better way to say this, and honestly, at this point, I really don't care. I'm ready to fuck shit up, and I'm angry.
Oh, me too. Always.
And you get the sense that Sonara is a very feisty younger woman. Like, you looking at her, she's a half-elf. Human half-elf age isn't very much different in terms of how fast they mature. You don't think she's older than 20. Which, for you, is odd, because that would be very young for someone on the Lord's Council.
Yeah, how'd you make it on the Lord's Council?
Well, my father was the original Lord Ruler on the council, or one of the councilmen, and he died maybe just a few months ago, and I was the one chosen in the family to fill the seat. So,
if you don't mind my insensitivity, what happened to your father? How was he murdered?
No, truth be told, he was just pretty old, so I don't think it was anything nefarious. For a human, he was almost 90. It's pretty old.
He had you in his later years then?
Council members and really the first race families are a little, let's just say being prolific is important. Sadly, my
So you have
father...
many siblings.
Well, I did. Over the years, many of them have died, and as far as I know, I'm the only one left.
But I keep the family alive then.
Yeah.
And fuck some shit up.
Yeah, I'm one
That's
of the...
your legacy.
It's true. I'm one of the few members left in the Moorhome clan, so... This is something that I need to protect for sure.
I'm very sympathetic to this story. So, let's get out of here.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And she kind of like looks beyond fear, like over his shoulder. There are two paths to take, but you've pretty much seen most of them. So, into this little prison chamber that you've walked into, there are a couple of different ways. Little pathway that goes this way that leads up to a locked door, and then returning the way you came, kind of where Zunis is, back towards the poison chambers. But basically where Ivo is on the map, right in front of him is a door. That door is locked.
I'd like to check out the locked door with my keys.
Yeah, so you use the other one, the one that was not used to unlock the prison cell, and that one opens this door. And it opens up into a smaller room, but this room has this like greenish glow to it. The source of which is this stone frieze that's carved into the northern wall of this. And this carving is this featureless upside down face. And it has a large like teardrop gems set into the eyes and the mouth. So this face, this like featureless kind of abstract face that's upside down, mouth agape, eyes wide open. The eyes and the mouth are basically represented by these huge gems. Can I have everyone roll a religion check, and Lena, can you roll at advantage? Or sorry, Rowena, can you roll at advantage?
Okay.
Okay. So it's a little tough to make out, but Rowena, you recognize almost instantly that the way the gems are arrayed in this face is it's meant to look like the symbol of Talona. In fact, everyone can see this. Kind of pouring out of the orifices of this face, like behind where the gems are inset, is this liquid flowing into a like bowl underneath, like where an altar is kind of set up. So this frieze of this like face is on this wall, and it looks like from your angle, it's probably supposed to represent some type of corpse. And out of this face is this this greenish liquid flowing from these gems into a bowl set below it onto a stone altar. And you would remember that this was the altar that Talona mentioned to you from before.
Am I supposed to pay homage to this altar?
The last kind of interaction you had with Talona, she told you this is where you could get the cure. And do you remember the way to get the cure? I think you might have written it down. I don't remember.
Yeah, let me check.
Mm-hmm.
I do not remember off the top of my head. But...
No worries.
Listen to scientists.
That's only in 2020.
And sometimes not even then if people don't do it.
Fair point.
Hold on. Three drops into the mouth of the victim and then say Talona.
Yes, but you have to create the cure first to get the drops. Do you remember how to do it with the altar?
Don't I have to sweat of my brow and tear of me and my own blood, right? Or something like that.
Yep. So basically it was a drop of blood from someone, a teardrop from someone else, and a drop of sweat from someone else.
Okay, well, I could use my own blood because it's got the poison reinforcement, so that might be useful.
Yep.
I'll donate some sweat.
Okay.
You're a very moist guy, Dennis.
So you're
That's all I
missing
can
you're missing a teardrop.
Ivo, think of something sad.
Oh, I don't think I'm the right. I'm a hardened mercenary. We've got our feelings really dug deep down. If you want some tears, we're gonna be here for a couple hours before we're gonna get that to surface.
There's nothing in your backstory that's especially tragic.
Well, I'm not saying that's not the case. I'm saying to get the emotion to come out, we're gonna be here a while. It might be better for you, Thad, to think of a time without so much booze in your life. Maybe that makes you sad.
As we've learned from Thad, though, Thad is not a sad drunk. He's more of an angry drunk.
That's true. You know, Thad's gonna go over to Ivo and put a hand on his shoulder and say, sometimes even the hardest rock can melt under the touch of care. He just wraps him up in a big hug. Probably the type of familial love that Ivo hasn't felt in years, maybe ever, since he was a small child.
Thad, roll a performance check.
I mean, I give that a 20. That was a natural.
I will allow advantage. I will say so. I think that was pretty rad. We'll take the 14. So Ivo, as he kind of hugs you, at first you kind of recoil because you're like, this is fucking weird, dude. Calm down. And he talks to you a little bit. But for whatever reason, there's like either a scent or a perfume that maybe comes from some of the incenses that Thad would carry on his person as a cleric. And it reminds you of a certain someone in your life from ages ago, before you even joined the Lordless. And for a moment, you wonder about that person, and it does actually bring a bit of a tear to your
eye. Well, sometimes in life you're just wrong, and I might actually have a little. It's not much, but would that do? It's a little drop.
So you take the drop, and you are the first one to kind of put it into the basin. And you notice that the eyes in this face, these gems, turn from this sickish green to kind of almost a translucent blue, and so does the liquid. Who's going next?
I'll go over and cut my hand a little bit and put my blood in there.
Cool. So you do that, and as it hits it, your blood, you notice again, is still like a little more coagulated than normal. It's not running as smoothly, and it seems to be it's weird. It's red, but you swear you catch bits of like green flecks in it. And it drops into it, and you see it kind of hiss as it hits the water, but it does turn it red, and so do the gems as well. And who's bringing the sweat?
That would be Zunis. Okay.
So Zunis goes over and kind of flicks off a piece of sweat.
Zunis, were you just sweating the whole time, or did you just like go and run around the room?
I mean, I started sweating as soon as the Thad and Ivo interaction happened. It made me nervous.
Makes sense. Was it sweat from like jealousy? What happened there? In either case.
Yeah, I felt like I wasn't part of the family for a minute.
He looked over. He was like, "Man, I thought we were Helm Bros. What happened?" But you do put the sweat in there, and for a moment the gems light up yellow, and as does the basin. But as all three of those ones combine, it actually changes and reverts into another greenish liquid. But this one is a little bit more teal and less sickeningly looking. It's like a aqua teal almost. And the bowl that was only a little bit filled with this liquid now almost fills to the like maximum level that it can. And right before it starts to overflow, and the surface tension of the liquid kind of holds it in place. The whole altar, as well as the frieze, kind of do like a side-by-side slide. Like the frieze goes one way and the altar goes another way, and it actually reveals a path behind it as well. But you do know that in this basin,
the altar opened up.
yes, the altar opened up. So the altar stone that was kind of there, the little plinth, slid over to the left, and the wall behind it slid over to the right, revealing a path behind it. The bowl, though, is still sitting there filled with liquid.
Let's bottle up this liquid from the bowl. Take as much as we can.
Do you guys have any bottles or vials? Does anyone have anything to put it in?
Oh God.
We have so many things in our
Always.
bag. Yeah. Shall I?
I believe that I do have a couple vials.
Okay. How many is you have 2 exactly, or?
Technically, I think we should each have one from the water breathing potion we took, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I also have a water skin that can hold up to 4 pints of liquid.
That would probably like the whole basin would probably fit into that one water skin.
Nice.
Okay.
Let's
Do we
that.
want to just do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
so
we
I'll
should
take
make
my-
sure we have enough water too.
Well, I mean, does anyone else have any other?
I have a water.
No,
skin.
that's fine. We should just make sure to
Oh, you're
give
saying everyone.
Ivo or
Okay.
whomever water.
So we'll put it all into my water skin then.
Let's say you have 4 points of what we're going to call Talona's cure.
I have an iron pot as well, actually. But I don't think it has a top.
But you do still have the pathway in front of you if you choose to use it. You
All
kinda
right,
see
so
that
are
it
we all
snacks back around
loaded
the
up
corner.
on the queue?
Let's check it out.
So you do see that it kind of loads in and it actually loops around the corner and goes into another space that you can see that there are lit torches standing adjacent to a stairway that seems to go up into the blackness. The space here seems relatively indescript. There are a few pillars holding up the roof. Above the kind of like keystone, the arch that kind of leads into this, is a symbol that looks like a black castle on a field of red with a black orb above it. Rowena, you would definitely recognize this. Ivo, you probably would as well. This is the symbol of Castleton, and specifically Blackstaff Castle, which is the main castle and head of governance in Castleton. In fact, I might be able to show you real quick. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Burp. No, I don't have it in there anymore. When I get it, I'll show it to you guys later. But in the meantime, you do have this this area above you.
Is it illuminated?
There are torches on the left and right, but going upward, it does not seem to be illuminated. You can see the stairs kind of go up pretty straight for, maybe 10, 15 feet just to where the wall ends. And it kind of seems to end into a dark chamber. You can't see in there too well. It doesn't seem like it's lit.
Can I try to peer into it with my eyes of eagle?
Yeah, totally. You can even walk up there.
Oh, I thought we were blocked for a second.
Well, no, do we want to be spotted?
That anybody's going to be up there. I go sneaky-ish.
I'll venture up there. I'll take a stroll.
You go up there. You can kind of look into the space, and you actually see that this small chamber is not lit at all, but it just seems to be a spiral staircase leading straight upward. As you kind of look upward, it's obviously hard to see because the spirals go through, but the stairs are spiraling around a relatively large central pillar.
So I guess just keep going up the stairs.
So you step on the stairs, And as soon as you take a few steps up, the stairs just start turning, kind of screwdrivering up. And it's almost like a spiral escalator taking you up.
Uh-huh.
And it's taking you for a while now. It doesn't seem to have an end. It just keeps going and going. Roll a survival check for me.
This is going up, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And it's just Ivo.
He was the only one that went on the stairs. Yes.
Trek. Yes.
Oops, sorry, I'm in the wrong spot. What did we get? 13. So you're not sure, but you do remember that swim that you guys went down to get underneath Celadrine Lake was several hundred feet to get to the bottom. And you suppose if you're on the opposite side of the lake and you are underneath Blackstaff Castle where you expect, somehow, some way, whatever leads down here needs to also ascend hundreds of feet. So you think this screwdriving staircase might be some kind of arcane way of doing that. So it might be enchanted to make going up and down easier.
As if there's a way to reverse it and you could go down?
At this point, you're not sure.
Operating?
For the people that are on the bottom, you do see that Ivo has gone up. And somehow, perhaps by magic, you're not sure, more stairs seem to fill in underneath this kind of screwdriver. So it does. It's kind of like those walking stairways at the airport. You're, you got to kind of catch the first one, but once you're on, it'll keep taking you to.
Ivo,
So I guess,
are you safe? Are you in danger?
Yeah, I was gonna call out. I was like, guys, I think this is an easy ride up. Come on, hop on. We'll all go up together, and this is moving quick. We don't have to save our legs and not kill ourselves going up the stairs. Come on down.
Thad
Let's go.
looks over her shoulder, gives a little nod and hops on the elevator. The escalator, rather.
All right, so you do go, and you can kind of, I'll say you guys can kind of walk up and get up to that space and catch up with Ivo. And this thing, it's eerily silent in this. You can't hear really anything. You do get the sense you are completely surrounded by Earth. There's no other noise or light at this point. It's a little dark. The only people that can really see here are people that have brought their own sources of light or are dark vision capable. And for minutes, endless minutes, it seems, you are just ascending on this slow-moving path up to the top. Eventually, though, it does come to a stop. I'm just going to pause there real quick, though, just to show you one quick thing. I think I've got that now. Burp. I want to go images. Did that load up yet? Yes. Just so you see, on the screen is the symbol that was above the like lintel of the stairs. So this is the symbol of Blackstaff Castle and is often used to represent Castleton as well, since it's kind of the seat of power in Castleton.
I am looking at the remote host server and I do not see.
Does anyone else not see it?
No.
Oh, there we go. But sometimes it gets really pixelated and blows up, but I still see the room with the corpse.
That's okay. I can put it in chat. All good. Let me turn that off. Really doesn't show you that when I have it there? That's weird.
I just could be wrong.
No, it could be.
I don't
I see it.
before.
Oh, maybe I'll just reload.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe okay. I guess I'll reload.
Oh, there. I see. See it now in the left hand.
I guess you have to reload it whenever you add the image.
Oh, that's weird.
Or when we have to.
Well, no.
But as you kind of get to the terminating point of this kind of ascending spiral staircase, it ends in a bit of kind of like a pentagonal room. It's a open room with 5 sides, each meeting at a particular corner. But each side is relatively narrow, each face of it, and it's almost entirely filled up with a kind of open doorway leading into a darkened tunnel. Some of the tunnels have lights, some of them don't. It's a little hard to tell how far they all go. But you again see the symbol of Castleton on the roof, so you can kind of tell that it's there. And above each doorway in this chamber, there is like a label written in common. And in order, they say spire roof, emergency exit, forward guard station, throne room observatory, and Blackstaff chambers.
May you repeat that?
Spire roof.
Got it.
Emergency exit.
Yeah.
Forward guard station, throne room observatory, Blackstaff chambers.
Oh, so do we think we're in Castleton?
You do think so, yeah. Given all the imagery, you think you actually, and based on what Sonara said, you think you're actually in Blackstaff Castle, which is like the main big castle keep in Castleton.
Oh, I was totally misreading that. I just took that to mean that Lena had put her seal everywhere. Okay. Well, that makes it somewhat easier. We can go attack Lena.
Nice.
We think we
But
should.
which way?
Yeah. I recommend not the guard station.
That's good. Okay, that eliminates one. The other one was a roof, right? What was the
They're
spiral
all
roof?
written.
Yeah,
Spire roof.
Spire roof.
Emergency exit, which we know exists for our benefit later.
Firo kind of chimes in at this point as he notices that Sonara is starting to kind of drift in and out of consciousness. He kind of points over and says, "Maybe I should take her." And she's like fighting him. She does not want to go, but he is kind of insisting that he take her and get her out of here.
Can I lay hands of healing on her?
Sure. How many do you have left? Remember, we haven't had a long rest or anything from last time.
That's true. Just check. I think I have 10.
Okay. Yeah, you can give her it if you wanted to.
Yeah. Give 3.
So you give her 3. She's not particularly a tough adventurer like you guys, so 3 actually does go a long way for her. Kind of picks her back up. She's still pretty bruised and broken, but she could keep going with you if you wanted her to.
Where is it that Firo seems to want to be taking her?
He's kind of indicating that he should take her to the emergency exit and GTFO. With her, at least.
I see. That makes sense.
Then we lose Firo for a potential battle.
Yeah. And Sonara's knowledge of the inner workings.
I don't know if I have a lot of inner working knowledge of this place. I'm happy to help, and trust me, I will aid in whatever way I can of killing the bitch. But I don't know if I can tell you exactly where to go. My guess would be if you're trying to find Lena, it's either the throne room or her chambers.
I guess we try the throne room first.
Yeah, let's try that. But should we let Firo go with Sonora, or should we keep him with us?
I can stay, guys. I can do really whatever you need, but my fear is she is not ready for battle. And if she's in the middle of something and this person is important, likely she could be killed.
Yeah, and what if, thinking now that we have this vaccine or the antidote, what if we give that to her and Firo to take out to the townsfolk, especially the ones who were back there at the, was it the temple, or where did we see the nurse at the hospital? To start taking the water skin and spreading it around to heal people.
Yeah, like the Temple of the Saviors.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, Iva.
Yeah, perhaps we should do that and convene with Firo later.
Should I give this to someone specific then, as he kind of takes the water skin from you? I don't know if I do I just give it to someone and they administer it? Is there something I need to make sure happens?
Who is that terrible nurse who yelled at us?
What was her name? Helen?
It wasn't something like, yeah, it was a very like.
It was an
It was
American.
almost
name, yes.
Karen.
I think it was. I'll find out later.
It wasn't Janet or? I
Oh, it was
forget.
Janet. It was
Yeah,
Janet.
something like
Was it
that.
Janet?
Yeah, it was Janet.
We should have him inquire for Janet, and also remember that it's is it a single drop, Rowena, and then you just whisper the word to Lona?
3 drops.
It's 3 drops.
3 drops. No need to overdo it.
Okay, I could probably find the nurse. I mean, I'm not sure if you want to give it to the one that accosted you, or if you want me to find Jethro. I can do either.
Jethro was our friend that gave us that little locket, right?
That was Fenrisha, who was the
Fenrisha.
Razatsarai spy. Jethro
Janet
was the
good
head
friends
nurse.
with Fenrisha.
Correct. Jethro was the head nurse at the Temple of the Saviors.
You know, I feel a special kinship to Jethro because I'm also an Aqualung. So I feel like that reference went over what it
It
said.
really did.
Yeah. Jethro would be fantastic to share.
Jethro
with
it
her.
is.
Yeah, I think I can recognize him. And he takes Sonara, who very much doesn't want to go. He almost has to kind of like pull her and like just grab her and muscle her down the emergency exit. And does kind of disappear into this narrow hallway, leaving you guys to kind of figure out the rest on your own.
All right. Well,
Cool.
it seems to me that I don't know much about the world of infiltration that we're embarking upon here, but logic would say that we should meet her in her chambers if we don't want to meet publicly, right?
I concur.
DM.
Have I ever been here before to Castleton?
You've been here and visited. You've been into the castle once or twice. Not very often. Again, your family wasn't as powerful any longer. You know, now the Stormwinds are a little bit more in authority because of Jackson. But, you know, you've been into the castle, but not like actually behind the scenes a lot. So you wouldn't have a big familiarity with this place. You know where it is. You know, like, you know, some of the typical places you would go.
Okay. Yeah, I say let's go for the throne room, but we should be aware that we might encounter Jackson here since the two of... Although, did we determine he's over in Wadep City with the Lord list?
The last that you heard of Jackson, he was still in Wadep in the capital.
Okay. Well, hopefully we can outnumber Lena, although she probably has guards with her and she might have Jackson. But I say let's go for it. Let's go to the throne room or her chambers.
Is our friend Dent with us by any chance?
Dent is with you, indeed.
Oh shit.
Fucking A.
Fucking A. So just so I know, are we doing throne room or are we doing chambers?
Sounds like we were thinking chambers.
Cool. So you guys go into the pathway that's marked Castleton Chambers. Or Castellan Chambers, I should say, which is basically... The Castellan is the name of the leader of Castleton, which in this case is Lena. This pathway takes you up another rotating stairway. So you kind of go into it a little bit and you see that there's another kind of revolving spiral staircase. This one doesn't seem as big or to take you as high. But it does eventually take you into... kind of as it stops, it takes you to another narrow hallway that leads straight just a few feet. And it ends... at a wooden door, and you can see that there is light filtering through kind of the crack on the bottom of the door. That's the only real light in this space, though.
Can we hear like through the door?
Roll a perception check for me.
Putting resources.
18.
It does seem to be relatively quiet. It's hard to make out, but you think you hear humming.
Shall we continue it?
Oh, can we use the glasses?
There's nothing else to see in this space. It's literally just a very narrow corridor that ends pretty abruptly at a wooden door.
All right, let's check out this door.
You go to try to open the door, and the door is locked.
Thieves' tools?
These tools.
All right.
Let's check it out.
Roll a Thieves' Tools check for me. So you do it, and it does not open. It's also made a relatively loud noise.
Oh.
Shatter spike.
Certainly an option.
I mean, we're getting to that point, but I don't know.
Thad, can you roll a perception check again for me? Thad specifically.
Yikes.
Nothing seems to have changed. You don't hear the humming anymore, though.
Are we knock?
We need to move quickly.
Should we try? Should we just try to go down another way? I mean, I feel like this might be a good distraction if we want to go down a different pathway.
Or Zunis actually said we could knock, which at first I scoffed at. But maybe one of you could be a distraction and pretend to be somebody who works in the castle. I'm sure she knows what I look like. You know when you stalk her
Are we-
exes.
Are we in like a hallway, did you say, DM? Or are we
Pretty much.
emerging from a secret passageway?
You are so like the spiral staircase that you took the second time, the one from the kind of pentagonal room, led up a few more, maybe like 100 feet or so, and it ended at a very straight, narrow hallway that was not very long, and it terminated at this wooden door. On the opposite end of the door, you could tell that there's light because it's coming in through the crack on the ground. That seemingly leads into an open space, but you have so far not been able to unlock the room or unlock into the next space.
Gotcha. Sure, we can knock.
You knock.
Dad will go ahead and knock.
Okay, you knock on the door. You hear as a few doors. You kind of hear a couple doors open, and as that door opens, the one in front of you does and swing open. As light kind of floods this dark space, you all kind of recoil from your dark vision. And standing in front of you is a very slim woman. Wearing a very tight black dress with a kind of like a feathered shawl that kind of drapes over her shoulders. Her face is attractive, but very stern. And also her eyes are just piercing straight at you. And her short, dark brown hair is kind of cropped in such a way where it even makes her features look a little bit more severe. Staring you dead in the face is Lena Orbweaver. And she just chuckles. I knew you would be following soon. Valdrew, I guess, is worth something after all. Please come sit. You may as well, since you've decided to join me anyway. And she kind of motions in behind you to the antechamber of her of the space of her chambers. Let me just start dropping your tokens in a little bit so you kind of see. We're first going to remove you because you don't need to be there anymore, Firo. Thank you. Goodbye.
Is that what you do for hospitality? Not even an offer of a drink?
Please come sit down. I'd love to provide you with a meal.
That is in.
So you're following her sitting at the table? Okay. She sits at the kind of head seat. Is everyone else going in behind him?
Wait, where are we coming in from?
You are coming in from here, I'll mark it here. So this green X is where the secret door was. It first led into this kind of closeted space. But since you kind of knocked and she knew you was there, she just opened it for you and took her right into her antechamber, which is this area with the dining room. Oh no, it's okay. You can move yourself. No big deal. So she's kind of gesturing for you guys to sit on this table here. Please don't be rude. It would not be. It's silly. We're already here. We may as well sit and enjoy each other's company.
I'm gonna stay close with Rowena wherever she goes.
And I'm not sitting yet.
She just sits down, seeing that you guys aren't moving at the table, and lights a candle sitting on the table. She actually lights a couple of the candles that are sitting on the table, so now this area is relatively brightly lit. You notice these candles are burning, but they seem to be producing more smoke than you would typically imagine a candle would produce. And she's just sitting at the table, back towards you, waiting for you to sit down and join her.
No, thank you. I prefer to stand.
Oh. Well, be that as it may, you can stand wherever you wish, but at least do it where I can see you. This is, after all, my castle.
Ill-gotten gains never thrive, Lena Orbweaver.
Oh, well, I could care less whether they're ill-gotten or not. They're gotten, and they're mine. Now, please, I think we have something to discuss, you and I, anyway. Young Miss Stormwind.
How do you know who I am?
Do you think that I'm stupid?
I was hoping.
Unfortunately for you, I'm actually quite the opposite. And Jackson has told me all about you and your little traipsing party that you're here with.
How does he know about this?
What do you mean, how does he know about this? Do you not think he has been following your exploits this entire time?
So what do you think we've come here to do?
Well, my guess is to kill me, but that's poorly planned, I think.
Why are you unleashing this poison on the world?
Oh dear. Do you think I'm going to answer this question before you even have a chance to answer a few of mine?
All right, shoot.
I think that there are 5 of us, if my math is correct, and 1 of you. So I don't know what you mean by this plan being poorly numbered.
Well, you are quite capable of counting, which is already better than most of the dwarves I've met. But yes, there are 5 of you. But let me ask you a question, my bearded, drunken friend. Do I seem afraid of you?
Don't imagine you do. Do I seem afraid of you?
No, but as I said earlier, I'm pretty certain most of you are stupid.
What's the question you have for us, or for me?
Please, first you must away from the door that you're bogarting. Let's sit and eat like adults.
You first.
Okay. And she just starts like eating and drinking the food that's there, kind of casually sitting back on the table.
What's going on with these candles at this moment? Thad grabs a bit of food and some drink and begins eating as well, but maintaining sharp eye contact with Luna.
Well, we all have our gifts. Let's just say this is one of mine. I prefer the ambiance this way.
DM, can we get a quick knowledge of what is on the side of the room that's kind of in the darkness right now, kind of to the south of the table, I guess, if you will?
Nothing is that way. You can just see the door. So you assume it's the door out of her chambers.
So there's just a door down there. Okay.
Mhm.
So really, there's only one other door except the one we came through. And then what about windows?
There are windows on both sides of this that you can see out. You can tell that you are looking over a city, as you can tell by the lights. It is nighttime. You assume this is the city of Castleton. You're quite high in the air, though, given the perspective that you see. So you assume you're relatively high inside of Castle Blackstaff, which is, quite a tall building. There are other doors in this place. The one that's the most notable, other than the door kind of to the south, which would be out of this area. There's a door directly behind you, a little smaller, that seems to lead into a bit of a bedroom. You can't see entirely into the bedroom, but it does. You can see like a bit of a wooden partition. You can see kind of a portion of a bed in there, so you assume that's the actual bed chamber. There's also looks like maybe another closet directly across from the secret entrance that you came in from. Yeah, but basically this room seems to be a very particular or very generic antechamber for, a very well-to-do person, especially someone who is in Lena's position. No,
Okay.
you're on mute still. If you're talking, I can't tell. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't think it's a good idea to eat Lena's meal, given her propensity to create things that kill people, aka the virus. It just seems a little silly to just enter her chambers and take her gift offerings.
Oh, that seems like a wise choice. I will say I'm not the type that would typically poison someone. This whole plan wasn't my own, but it is a good one, and I'm more a fan of working smarter, not harder. So here we are.
Whose plan was it?
I'll let you know if I start feeling weird.
You're just enjoying it.
I assume you just live in this perpetual state of stupor, so it may be rather difficult to discern whether or not you actually are poisoned, my hairy little friend. But to answer your earlier question, it was of course Jackson's idea. He's rather, brilliant. One of the reasons I love him so much.
I don't think he's capable of loving anybody.
Oh no, my dear. He's very capable of loving someone. Just not someone as naive and small as you.
I was ready to love him. He's the one who turned into a murderer.
Oh, you've only proven my point to your naivete, Miss Stormwind. If you think he suddenly turned into a murderer after he met you, you're gravely mistaken.
What did you want to ask us?
Well, first I would love to know what your overall thought is on this journey we've begun, and your take on our plan. I would also be interested in what your next steps are, and what exactly you plan to do here.
I intend to have my island and my family back.
Well, your family is probably not coming back, dear one. As far as the island was never yours. And the only reason your name means anything now, other than a squandered pile of garbage, is because of my wonderful Jackson, who managed to do something with it. Unlike your idiot father, who likely deserved his death, and quite frankly, it was the best thing he's ever done, so...
Oh, so all the wonderful things Jackson's doing, like poisoning everybody, or having you poison them, and acting like a savior.
Yes. You see, there's a peace in power, and an order that comes about when strong people lead. This whole nonsense of the Lord's Council and creating some type of democracy is silly. There's only one person that could lead this island well, and that's going to be Jackson. And I will be next to him. And beyond
It's interesting that you don't think you could rule the island.
You have no idea what our plans are. And if you think we're stopping at Wadep, you're funny.
Well, I think that Jackson might not be stopping at Wadep. I know you don't have very far to go.
I don't know what you mean by that, but if it's a threat, I think it's cute.
No. I'm not threatening you. I'm not as stupid as you think I am. I'm just merely pointing out that, I don't know, I guess I'm amused that somebody as powerful as yourself would be satisfied playing second fiddle.
Oh. Is that what you think is happening?
Out of game, please tell me that Dent has picked up an apple off the table and is eating it for no reason.
I was
Yeah, like
out of game as well. I was a split second away from going, and then I take a smarmy bite of an apple. But then I was just like, my character wouldn't do. I'm not gonna.
He's not particularly smarmy, but it was well done anyway. Yeah, if you think that this is a ploy of a doting mistress, you're mistaken. There are bigger things at play here than your metal mind, I think, could comprehend, although I don't really know if you're the one comprehending it, if you were ordered to do so by someone else. Not sure what exactly you are.
Who would that be? That's someone else.
I don't know. I've seen the symbol on his person before. I assume there's something a little bit more clandestine going on. There's been rumors of such movement.
Seems like you don't know everything, Lena.
Here's the magic. All I needed was the confirmation you just gave me. And now I know that there is. You see, when you invite people to dinner, it's not always for the food. I could care less what you're going to do. I'm going to kill you before you leave here. I just needed to get one piece of information that you have already confirmed for me. Thank you. And the smoke and the candles start to billow and billow and billow, and they get deeper and deeper and deeper. And I need everyone to roll initiative for me, please.
dun dun dun.
Ooh. Feeling good.
Jesus. Dad, how was the drink? Was it at least like a good IPA or a good ale?
It was wine. It was definitely wine. That's all Lena would drink is wine.
And it seemed like a very, very fine wine at that.
Damn, are you telling me I missed my last meal potentially?
Given the way our past battles have gone, that might be the case.
Alrighty. Let's see what we got here. Initiative rolls. Rowena got a 22.
By the way, we're back to max health, right?
You are not.
Oh, we're
You
not.
didn't have a long rest, dog.
Yeah, you guys just kept going. Zunis got an 18.
I just realized how badly I'm doing.
Ivo got a 2.
6.
Should have laid my hands on you.
Yeah, I don't even know where you guys are in spell slots right now, so that's the real magic. Dent got a 6. Thad got a 12. Actually, just so I can kind of start off on this place, because mine reset. What are your health points at? Dent first.
I'm at 25.
Okay. And then Ivo.
25 as well.
And then Rowena.
6.
Woof. Okay. And
I might
then
need your help soon.
Thad.
It's gonna sound crazy, but I'm at 143.
143 health points?
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but no, I'm at. Can I get a performance roll on that?
Sure, why not? Zunis, what are you at?
34.
All right, 34. Okay. All right, so let's set the scene a little bit. As you guys are sitting there, lured into this conversation with Lena Orbweaver, the smoke from the candles that's been burning kind of thickens and blackens more and more. And as it starts to kind of thicken and darken into this space, inside of the smoke, you actually start to see these shapes start to form, and they almost look as if there are these tiny winged creatures, small but vicious, with these long, sharp features, and these like small wings kind of sticking out of the back of them, and they almost seem to be made entirely of smoke. And these smoke creatures start to fly now around the room as they kind of leave the smoke area, and they go in different directions of the room, with Lena still seated at the table, calm and laughing in front of you. First up is going to be Rowena. It is your turn.
First, are we allowed to hit Lena or just the smoke monsters?
You can hit whatever you want.
I would like. What is it I have to do to get the poison bonus?
As long as you are not at full health.
Oh, and I'm not. But isn't there something where I can put poison on my sword?
Yeah, you can take an action to coat your weapon so that your weapon has it in effect. I didn't put this down on the sheet, but it lasts for an hour, and you have not. It has not been an hour since you did it last, so it's still on there.
Okay, I'd like to take my action to coat my sword and then retreat.
Okay, where are you trying to go to?
I would like to go. Oh god, they're really surrounding us. I want to go back by. Is that a fireplace behind me? Sort
Yep.
of up and to the right.
Yep.
Okay.
That'll end your turn. Zunis, it brings us to you, sir. Oh, you're still muted, brother.
It's tough to fight smoke monsters, is what I said. I'm going through my spells and debating which one to use. How many smoke monsters are there?
There are 4.
If I use a command telling them all to flee, would that have any effect?
You can certainly try. I just want to double check something on that command. To a creature you see within range. I just want to see if it has to understand you. It does have to understand you. What languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, Gnomish, and Primordial. And it says the spell has no effect if the target is undead, which I imagine
These are not.
guys.
You would know this from before. These are elemental type creatures, and elemental type creatures do speak primordial. So you can certainly try it.
I will use my turn as a command and tell these smoke monsters to get the fuck out of here.
So that's a wisdom saving throw. And how many? What level are you casting this at?
I believe it's a second level command spell.
So second level. Let's see. Higher level when you cast a spell. So you can only affect 2. You can only try to affect 2, I should say.
I'm happy to do that if I can get rid of 2 of these guys in one fell swoop with a flea.
Well, which 2 are you trying to go through?
I guess is that S3 closest to me?
Yep.
And I guess spatially S4 is closer than S2.
Okay.
So 3 and 4.
Wisdom saving throws for both. First one fails, so S3 fails. Second one also fails.
Sorry.
So they are fleeing away from you. So it's going to spend its turn moving away from you as much as it can when it comes to its turn. But they are both...
That's a good failure.
Correct. They are both running away as far as they can.
Cool.
That's going to bring us to Lena. Lena is going to kind of just casually push herself out from the table and just stand at the same place. And she is going to... let's see. So she is going to first thing... she just kind of laughs at all of you and shoots herself back. You see her image kind of fade for a second, almost as if it's being encircled by this smoke. And as the smoke kind of spirals, her body is no longer there. You see that she has now kind of flashed herself up, kind of where the doorway is leading into her room. And then she will cast... Yeah, fuck it. Fireball in the center of the room. Okay, so I need, what is that? 20-foot radius? So 20-foot radius, 20-foot radius. Right here in the middle. So yeah, I need Thad, Dent, Zunis, and Ivo. I need you all to roll dexterity saving throws, please. Oof, okay. All right, so it looks like you all fail.
What?
No one beat.
What was I?
No one beat 14, right? Did I look at that wrong?
Yeah, I beat.
No, yeah,
Mine was
16.
19.
Why does it all look different on mine then? That's weird.
Everyone but me. I got 14.
Oh, my fault. That was weird.
I got a
Yeah.
16.
Those numbers are different.
Yeah, 19.
That's very strange. Okay, so scratch that. Better for you anyway. Anyone who failed takes 29 points of damage from this fireball that just erupts in the middle. Everyone else who succeeded takes half that.
What?
Did I fail with 14?
No, you succeeded. Sorry, my fault.
So
That
that's
was
14.
just super weird that all of the numbers look different on my main page here.
It won't let you take half points of damage. Should I take 14 or 15 points of damage?
You round up with damage.
Man.
And now she is just laughing hysterically as like the table is on fire, things are there. The two smoke creatures that have not been feared are kind of laughing around her. But that'll end her turn. And that is going to bring us to S4. He is still frightened, so he's just trying to get in the other direction as much as he can. That's going to bring us to S1. S1 is going to go for Rowena. And he is going to cast Cinder Breath and shoot a 15-foot cone of smoldering ash at you. I need you to roll, Rowena, a dexterity saving throw. You do succeed. For a moment, the ash kind of coats your eyes and kind of blinds you just for a bit as it stings, but you're able to kind of like wipe it away and still focus through and still see. So you are not blinded. But that will end that creature's turn, and that brings us to Thad. You're muted. I feel like it's so much energy, but he's muted.
I was saying Thad takes a swig of his wine, bite of his chicken
Nice.
leg, turkey leg, giant, looks over at Lena and is just like, I thought we were cool. And pushes back his chair, And he's gonna cast Bane.
Okay.
The 3 creatures of my choice make charisma saving throws. So, if I'm not mistaken, it's S4 who's fearful right now.
Yes, S4 and
And then
S3 are feared.
Okay. I'm gonna let's see what's the range on this bad boy. 30 feet. So I believe I can't hit.
No, you should be able to hit just about everybody.
Yeah, I will go ahead and move up here. Maybe the extent of my movement. And then I'm going to hit S2, Lena, and S1.
Okay, charisma saving throws.
And it's 14 to save.
Lena fails. S2, clear, that's wrong. Also fails. And you said S1 as well. All the charisma bonuses are 0. Yeah, they all fail. So they are all baned. Just
Cool.
do me a favor, help me remember that, because it's a lot to track, but they are baned.
Yes, I'll call that out.
Okay. Okay, anything else on your turn, Thad?
No. That's a concentration spell, which I'll just track if I take damage, and it's for a minute.
Cool. Alrighty. That'll end Thad's turn, bring us to Dent.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and firebolt S3.
Okay, just firebolt.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, roll to hit.
Oh baby.
I believe. Oh, that is weird that it's just giving me random numbers. That does hit. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Do you not see my rolls?
No, I do. It's just for whatever reason when it shows up on my iPad, it's like a totally different number.
Oh, weird. Okay.
But that's okay. But yes, that does hit. 7 points of damage. So as the firebolt lands at this thing, its smoke body just whoops around it. No damage seems to take effect.
Fucking nonsense.
Yeah, seems like fire doesn't do too much to a smoke creature.
Thanks for the thanks for the handhold.
Anything else on your turn though, Dent?
I can't do anything else, can I?
I think you've got some bonus actions available too.
Oh, do those hold over from the last time I did this stuff?
How do you mean?
Well, I like some bonus actions. Don't I have, correct me if I'm wrong, don't I have like 2 types of actions? There's like the main action and then the like action after the attack, like the secondary. And it's like I have to like pre-infuse or like prepare for that. And I remember the last time we did the fight, I did one of those. And I was just curious if that holds over. If that has to be
no, yeah, you'd have to do it again. So I just want to see, I got to remember if that, if it's an action to bring it out or a bonus action to bring it out.
Got it.
Yeah, you have to take an action. So yeah, you wouldn't be able to do it on this one.
So bonus actions are like those secondary ones, but I can't do any of them without taking the action to prep the bonus action.
Correct.
What you're saying?
Yeah. So for example, if you wanted to get one of like your Eldritch Cannons on the field, you'd have to take an action to create it.
The cannon.
And
Gotcha.
then once it's created with your action, you can use your bonus action to fire it.
Got it. But the Eldritch Cannon is a flamethrower, right? So that wouldn't really do much around in this situation.
You actually have a few different choices. There's a flamethrower, there's
I
a
see.
force ballista, and there's also a protector.
Got it. Okay, cool. Well, then I will end my turn by also taking a swig of the wine and then throwing the glass across the window and saying, I can't taste anything.
Indeed. Well, that will bring us to S2, who will try and get close to Thad and take a shot at Thad. He is also going to try to blind you. Thad, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take I'm gonna attempt to make a warding flare with this, I think. Should I do that before or after dexterity saving throw?
Let me check the warding fair ability, and I will tell you. That's reaction, I assume. Yes.
It is.
Well, it's not attacking you. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's not. It's not like attacking you with like a hit. It's basically casting a spell. So warding flare wouldn't hide it on this one. This would be a good one though if he does try to actually attack you though.
Okay.
Okay, you are essentially blinded as this ash just covers your face as he kind of like spews it out at you.
Okay.
But that'll end your turn. Bring us to S3, who is still fleeing.
Oh, also, was he baned on that? Did he get a -4 on his? I guess it doesn't matter because it's a spell, but
Correct. Yeah. So no negative on that one. But that'll bring us to Ivo. It is your turn now, sir.
All right. Oof. Rowena, what's your hit points at?
I'm at 6.
Okay, so DM, these smoke monster things, it's like obviously in smoke, but there's like some sort of physical component to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Solid component, I guess I'm saying, what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Can I... What do I have? Sorry, let me look at my equipment really quick. Ooh. So if I wanted to mid-action right now, equipped my shield, is that, and I don't have my shield right now, I have the shatter spike and the crossbow, does that count as an action? Or
Yes.
What's the mechanics to that?
Yeah, to get your shield like on and strapped on, that would be a full action.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do then, so let me just describe to you what I want to do, and then let me know if I can do it, because I think I'm reading it right. So I want to use my main action to... Oh, wait, I could do action surge too. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'll use my main action to equip my shield.
Okay.
And then I want to use second wind, because I want to get some hit points.
Okay.
Then to now do my action. And what I want to do, let me look back at the map, is I want to charge at S1 with like my shield as a battering ram to knock it away from Rowena so that it's no longer right next to her.
Sure, yeah, you can use an action to shove. I will give you advantage of that since you're charging with your shield. I think that's worth it. So make a athletics check.
Ooh, nice.
Oh yeah, easily. His strength is like a -2. So he actually does fling back 10 feet. So he slams into a wall, and I'll say because you hit him so hard, he slams into the wall and takes a couple points of damage as well.
Okay, cool. And then, and I also, let's see, I got 5, I guess I got 5 temporary hit points with that second win. So let me add those. And then to end my turn, I'm going to look at Rowena and say, whatever you have to do to survive, do it. If you want to flee, go back to the exit and get out of here.
Okay. Cool. Nice turn. Good move, Ivo. Rowena, that does actually bring us back to your turn.
Matt, do you mind muting? Well, first of all, thank you, Ivo. Greatly appreciated.
Always a good
I
time.
will not flee, though, because this is what it's been building up to. I would like to take my... Did I specify what I equipped with the poison? Which weapon?
You said your sword, so I assumed your rapier.
Okay. I'll take the rapier, and I would like to charge upward. Can I get all the way over to where Lena is?
Let's look. Yes. Just know it means you're gonna pass one of the smoke creatures who would get a shot at you.
I'd like to do that, and I'd like to stab Lena and say, "What'd you say about my father, bitch?"
Well done. Let's just first see if you get hit by this dude.
Okay.
You do not. He rolled a 3 plus 4, which is 7. So he does miss you. You do go ahead and take a shot at Lena. So go ahead and roll to hit. Let's see if you hit him. You hit her, I should say. Sorry. Oh, I think that does hit. Oh, yeah, easily hits. So that hits. Go ahead and roll the damage from the rapier. You're also going to add your sneak attack bonus. And you're going to add the poison bonus from Talona.
Okay. And then I gotta do the sneak attack bonus. 11. So 11 plus 12, 23.
Nice. All right. So you stab her. She also needs to make a Constitution saving throw, if I remember that feat I gave you, right? Let's see.
Yes, she does.
Constitution saving throw. What was the DC I set?
Let me check.
Oh, I think it's 13. Yeah, I see it there. So she did roll 13, so she is not poisoned, but she did take a huge hit as you stab into her, and you see the poison kind of slide into her, and she's kind of like stunned by it, and she wasn't expecting such a big hit from you, nor the poison, and she says, "How? No!" And she kind of spits down at the ground at you as she goes to fight back. But that's first going to be Zunis' turn, unless you'd like to do anything else on your turn, Rowena.
I would just like to call out to the... First, I would like to say to Lena, who's stupid now. Then I would like to call out to the group that, if possible, I would like to be the one to deliver the coup de grace to her, but I understand if that's not possible. And, but also, let's try not to kill her till necessary, because we might have to get some information out of her.
This is the most polite.
I
mean, I'd like to kill her, but if you guys want to, that's fine.
It'd be possible.
All right, listen. Women are told to be polite, including on WhatsApp. So.
I like to imagine that she's like yelling that in the heat of battle.
Speaking of
I'd like
being,
to kill her, but please.
speaking of being polite, I have to piss like a racehorse. So can we take a little bio break so I can pee?
Sure. So visceral in your description.
All right, I'll be back. Hold on.
All right, bye.
All right, let's start.
Watch, like, I know what you know what'll happen. Rowena will be about to kill her killer, and Dent will be like, "I sack tap her so hard."
I give her a sack and then I tap it.
All right, so Rowena, it is still your turn. If you'd like to do a bonus action. Oh, you did your bonus action, I think.
Yeah, I talked to everybody. And I just want to make it clear, I'm not saying that to be polite. I'm saying that because if I die, I still want you to kill her. Or if I'm incapacitated, I would still like you to kill her. But ideally, I would get to kill her. Also, there's no echo now that I'm in a different room, right?
Oh, yeah, no, it's actually really good.
Okay, cool.
Zunis, it is your turn, though.
After watching my real-life wife in a fit of murderous rage give her greatest performance yet, I know she has to live on. So I am going to devote my entire turn to giving her the rest of my lay on hands healing power.
You do have to get up to her.
Okay.
You can't quite reach her.
Oh, nuts. I'm reloading. Oh yeah, we're pretty far away from each other. So
Too bad you don't have a broom.
I can't give it to her from afar.
I give Zunis the broom of flying. I really thought there was more to it.
It is not your turn.
I don't suppose I could take a step back for the same reason, right?
Split the difference. Damn.
You used all of your movement to get up in Lena's grill. This is, hey, risk is fun, but these are what happens when you take risk.
All right, well, in that case, totally different route then.
Does Lena have disengage as a bonus action, or no?
Lena, no. Rowena
Rowena
does, but Rowena used her action and bonus action already.
Never mind. Hey, what was your bonus action?
The poison, right? Or the sneak attack?
Actually, your bonus action was the poison. Action was the attack.
Okay.
All right, this is a ballsy move, and I have a feeling Dungeon Master is going to advise against it, and it may cause complete chaos. But I would like to use Gust of Wind and see if it demolishes these smoke monsters in the opposite direction. So not in Lena and Rowena's direction, but S3 and S4, and see if it makes them dissolve.
Let's look real quick.
It's a little anarchist, especially in an enclosed space.
I like it.
A line of strong wind. It's a 60-foot long, 10-foot wide blast in a direction from you. So I just want to know what your thinking is here.
That's why I felt like it's the only thing that seems like it would potentially make these smoke monsters like almost disintegrate.
I mean, they seem corporeal. They're made of smoke, but you think you could hit them. My question is, like, where are you putting this giant line of wind?
South.
Just
so
like straight south?
Yeah, because I mean, it's like a 7-10 split. There's not much I could do to get the two of them at once.
Yeah, that's only 10 feet wide, so it wouldn't hit both of them. It wouldn't hit any of them, actually, if you just straight behind.
So I'd have to focus. Oh, I guess I don't know the dimensions of this room.
So the room is like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. About 40 feet wide by 60 feet long.
Nice piece of real estate.
I mean, it's a castle, and she's the queen, so.
She's got a big room. All right. In that case, let me go to plan C.
Yes.
And go through my actions once again. I just feel like an attack with any type of weapon is worthless.
You haven't tried it yet?
I'm so far from Lena, too. I guess, alright. Fuck it. I'll use my greatsword. I don't even know what else I can do. None of my...
Which one are you
nothing
going
else
after?
really. I think 3, is it? I can't see.
The one in the far corner is, yes, 3.
Is that 3? Yeah, I'm gonna fucking try a great sword on a ghost.
All right.
Basically,
Roll to hit. It's not a ghost. It's just a.
it's a smoke monster,
Yeah.
but it's like an ethereal
It's like a little imp made of smoke.
great sword.
Hit him. Go for it.
7. Then
That is just enough to hit it. So roll damage.
and then roll damage.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
11.
It does seem to land a blow as your greatsword comes in contact with whatever this creature is. And it was a pretty hefty one. He's not dead, but it's got quite a bit of energy out of this thing.
Swords kill smoke.
I don't understand this game, but I'll take it.
Fire doesn't do anything to smoke, only swords.
I feel like I'm an insane person.
Anything else on your turn, Zunish?
Yeah, I'll headbutt him too.
He dodges.
You just know that?
He doesn't actually have a bonus action to attack with his headbutt, so there we are.
I always go headbutting just in case.
Just in case.
That'll bring us back to Lena, though. Lena. What does Lena want to do here? Well, she knows that you have that, so poison won't work on you, and she would know that now. 20-foot radius, though. Just gotta check one more thing. Okay. Okay. Well, she'll do it this way then. So Lena, kind of with this rapier still stuck in her, just kind of bubbles up and spits blood. And you hear her kind of like, at first she's talking kind of around you. And she says, it's what we thought. Be cautious. And you don't know who she was pointing that at. And then she looks back at you and her eyes kind of make full-on contact with you, Rowena, and she says, very well. If you're going to kill me and try to kill the person I love, I'll do the same to you. You're not the only one who was given gifts. And you see her kind of move her hands just a little bit as she kind of like slicks some of her own blood off of the wound and just like flicks it out in front of her. And you see this like spray of blood turn into this like gaseous state, and it lands in the center of the room. And as it lands on the kind of where the table was, it starts to create this noxious fume that starts to billow out in this big green kind of gaseous form. I need Thad and Dent and Ivo to roll, I think, Constitution saving throws. That's what I was trying to double check. Is it con? Yes, I need you all to roll Constitution saving throws, please.
Yes. Oh, so close to a 4.
Oop, did I get them all? Oh, yeah, let's just take them all. Okay, so Thad succeeds, Ivo fails, Dent succeeds. So let me just do the math on this real quick. So 5d8 plus 3 more, 2 more, right? Yeah, 4th and 5th. So burp. Where'd my dice roller go? So 20. Yeah, it's 20 plus. Ooh, ouch. Okay, 20 plus 8, 28. 28 plus. 28 plus 7 is 35. Okay, so Ivo takes 35 points of poison damage.
Oh my god.
Shit.
The rest of you take half as much of that.
Fucking what?
So 17. So we round up.
Mm-hmm. It's.
I'm at 1 now.
I just want to be clear here. It's poison damage. I think both of you have either resistance to that or are immune to it.
Is that in our features and traits?
Correct. Zunis, you're not in range of it, so it shouldn't matter to you.
I feel guilty. Survivors.
So sorry.
I
How
feel
much was
guilty.
the initial damage?
The initial damage was 35, so reduce that by half.
So half that is technically rounded up to 18,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Half that again.
That for resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 9.
Dent, I think you're immune to poison, so you take none if that's true.
Yeah. You have a resistance
God.
to poison.
Does it say resistance to
That is
poison?
looking.
It says you have advantage. I have an advantage on saving throws against being poisoned. You have a resistance to damage. You don't need to eat, sleep, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, so you're going to take half of that as well, so you're going to take 9 points of poison damage.
Okay. Oh, wait, but it also
Uh,
says... Okay, sorry. It says defenses poison. Is
a
that the
bit
same
of-
thing?
No, it's the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bit of retcon, but if he has advantage against poison saves, shouldn't he roll again?
No, because it's not poisoning him, it's just the damage. If it was the condition of being poisoned, he would. But I do actually want to check that real quick.
I kind of thought I was immune to poison before I read that. That's interesting.
But I think that's because we misread it the first time. But if it's just
Yeah.
resistance to it, you can still be poisoned. On a failed state or perhaps creatures are affected even if they can hold their breath or don't need to breathe. So yeah, you can still be affected by it.
Yeah, it just says advantage against being poisoned. Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys are not poisoned for the first time, but this thing is still staying in the space. It is not dissipating, and it even looks like it's beginning to grow. Additionally, Lena is going to once again teleport away from you as far as she can go. So she is going to go into a black space, and she is going to teleport 30 feet in the other direction, which is going to put her here. She looks like she's trying to make a run for it. That'll bring us back to one of the other smoke creatures. This one is no longer feared. He is going to run up. Just so I know, Ivo, you are dead, I think, yes? You're unconscious? Okay.
Sorry, Ivo.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah.
Dent, you're at 3 points?
No. I'm at like 16.
Oh, okay. And then
I'm doing great.
Thad, where are you at now?
2.
22?
Two.
2, the number 2. Oh, shit. Okay.
Number 2, yes.
Okay, and there we are. Okay, so this creature is just going to go and try and zoom in on Zunis. Come here, and he's going to try and just take a swing at Zunis. And try and finish you off as well.
Zunis headbutts.
Zunis headbutt. He misses. His attack was not quite enough to get through your armor. That'll end his turn. Bring us to the other one. This one is immune to being poisoned, so takes no damage. He's going to just go to the person he sees next, which is Thad. He's going to try and take a swing at Thad. He misses. He rolled a 10. And then that will bring us back to Thad. It is your turn.
Okay. I want to move. If I, you know what? Let's, oh, damn. I'm not in a very good spot here.
It's going to get a little
Here's
worse.
what we're going to
You're inside this poisonous cloud still.
Yeah, but if I move, I imagine I'm going to take some attacks of opportunity.
Correct.
Do my reactions work against attacks of opportunity?
Yeah, technically.
Okay. If I move here, have I cleared the poisonous cloud, or am I still liable to damage?
Let it go real quick. I can tell you. Yes, you are clear.
Is that cloud
Cool.
growing or is it fixed?
It looks like it might start growing. Yes.
Oh God. Dang it. Okay, I'm gonna move there to start.
Okay.
And swing at S1.
Roll to hit.
And I'm going to attack with Helm's Retribution.
My faith.
At
Ooh,
20.
crit. Nice. Rolled critical damage for me.
Is there a quick way to do that on, like, with the integration, or?
Right click on the attack roll and choose critical hit.
Shoot, I maybe already cleared it.
No, it's okay. Just on like D&D Beyond where the damage dice is.
I got it. Yeah. 11 points of damage.
Nice. This creature actually is dead. You swing Hell's
Yay.
Retribution right through his face and he dies.
As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Mass Healing Word.
Okay. What's the range on that, just so I know?
Feet.
One more time, you cut out. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, 60 feet?
60 feet. That should actually be everybody inside of you.
Ooh. All right, so everybody, let's all get 5 points of healing.
Well, Ivo's no longer unconscious, so that's a success.
Hey, there we go.
And we'll see if he can get out of the gas cloud enough. That was not right. 10. Okay.
Oh, and then, yeah, free action, I'll yell to everybody, get out of the fucking cloud!
5. Okay, I think I got... That includes yourself too, right? Thad? With
Yeah.
the +5? Okay, perfect. Yeah. Awesome. All right, you're at 7. So that'll end your turn, or are you going to stay there?
I'm going to, given that guy's dead, I'm gonna take an additional step back.
Okay.
I think I should have the range to do that.
Yeah, you definitely do. Dent, that brings us to your turn, sir.
Okay. And how far away how far am I from Lena and how far can I move?
You can move. I mean, if you have your broom of flying, you could just zip over that way. I think the flying speed on that's 60 feet, but you are about. Jeez, I can't see it. What is that?
You went too far, yeah.
You're about 65 feet away from her.
Okay. I'm gonna broom of flying next to Lena.
Okay, this is as far as you can go with the broom of flying.
Yeah.
Sorry. I might be confused. I'm seeing Lena like right next to. It looks on my screen like you flew me way past Lena. Am I crazy here?
Oh yeah, she's by the bed now.
C1.
Oh, she's by the bed.
L is Lady Rowena.
Oh, she's C1. Oh my God, my bad, everybody. Okay, I'm to C1. And now I would like to cast. Boy. I'm looking at my second level spells here. Just making sure. Game Master, real quick. Am I crazy? I feel like I haven't looked at these spells in a bit, but I feel like these second level spells are a lot more powerful than my attack actions. Am I crazy here?
No, you're totally right. As your class, almost certainly your spells are going to be stronger.
Okay, cool.
Than like your
That's
attacks.
what I thought. I'm going to cast object weighing 1 to 5 pounds in the range. Carry the object flies straight on.
Looks like you're thinking catapult.
I'm thinking catapult. It seems like it's got the maximum effect damage, which is what I'm looking for.
That one's a good one. Scorching Ray is also a good one because remember you get 3 Scorching Rays. So it's if they all hit, that's 2d6 times 3. That's a pretty good amount. They have to hit, but
But correct me if I'm wrong, but the catapult's like basically an auto hit since it's deck 14. Like I don't. It's not
it means that Lena has to roll higher than 14 on her deck save.
Oh, got it. And that one rolls 48, which means what? It's 4 times instead of.
Nope.
What?
You just roll that 4d8. Scorching Ray is basically 3 different. The way Scorching Ray works is a little different. You get to throw out 3 fireballs, basically.
All right. You seem to be kind of leading me gently towards Scorching Ray. Am I crazy here?
No, I just you wanted to know which one has the most damage potential. Technically, it's Scorching Ray.
Oh boy. But it's almost like catapult's safer. Is that the idea?
Right. You have to kind of make a decision. What do you think is more likely, that you're going to hit with your +6 bonus, or that she's going to roll higher than 14 on dexterity? If you think she's a very dexterous person, that might not be a good choice, but it's up to you.
Oh boy, I know very little about her dexterity. I asked the group if anybody knows anything about her dexterity.
Assume the worst.
Assume the worst? Why assume that I can't roll for shit?
She must have been pretty dexterous to get Jackson interested.
If you can't roll for shit, then you would want to do catapult, because it's going to make her roll and not you.
God damn it. Do I bet all on me, or do I bet against her? Let's go with. Oh, this is so exciting. I'm gonna go. Fuck it, Scorching Ray. Let's do this.
All right, so roll that +6. If you're doing second level, I'm guessing you're gonna do it 3 times.
Okay.
First one misses. Second one hits. Third one hits. So you hit twice. So click that 2d6 twice.
Do.
Okay, 5.
And.
And 7. All right. So you see these like 3 just come out of like your come out of your hands as you throw these fireballs at her. 1 goes wide, but the 2 kind of hit as she's trying to make a run for it. And she says, "No, this will not be the end here." And as she's talking, you can kind of hear her voice start to reverberate a little bit as well, almost as if someone else is starting to speak through her. That brings us to one of the other smoke creatures, who's going to charge up and go for Alina. And he is going to just take a couple swings at you, Alina. Actually, just 1 swing.
Rowena?
Rowena, sorry, Jesus. I shouldn't have named her that. It misses. Rolled a 6 + 4, so not enough. That's going to bring us to the other smoke creature. This one is going to keep going after Zunis. See if he hits. These guys are not particularly tough. Zunis, what's your armor class again? 16 or 15?
16.
That misses. So that'll bring us to the other one, the one that is there. Actually, that'll be Ivo's turn now. You are just kind of breathe in to life. You are still inside of this cloud, though, of smoke, of death fog.
If we could get Ivo to actually do that, I think just for realism.
How was that, Dent?
Dent approves. Dent bites an apple in Ivo's direction.
All right. So now that I've got a newfound outlook on life, I gotta get out of this fucking poison shit. So I'm gonna move. Oh yeah, it'll tell me. So I can go 30.
You can just get out of that there.
So I can get here, right? Yeah, 30. So I'm gonna get to there, and then I feel like I gotta go for S2. No, I feel like I should go after Lena, but I feel like I gotta go after S2 though. Wait, do I? So when I took my shield, when I equipped my shield, does that mean I could still use both my Shatter Spike and the crossbow? Or did I have to pick one?
You got to pick. Well, you have your Shatter Spike out currently, so you'd have to take an action to take your shield off and get your crossbow
To
out.
get the crossbow. Got it. So I think that's the best way to go. Fuck, I'm running out of extra attacks. Or extra actions, I should say. So I still have Action Surge.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do that. So I'll do my first action to take off my shield and equip my... or does... Did my shield give me any additional defense or like hit points?
It increases your armor class. Doesn't give you any more health points.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's fine. I'll just take it. I'll switch it out for the crossbow.
Okay.
And then I'll use Action Surge to do an attack, and I'll go ahead and take my crossbow to Lena.
It's a hard shot to try to get through the door. I'll say you can try it, but it's going to be a hard armor class on her because she has 3/4 cover basically from here.
Oh, shoot.
Even though she's like damaged, that doesn't.
It's not the damage that she has; it's all the shit in his way. He's trying to shoot around a door and like through a partition and shit.
Yeah. Shit. Well, if that's the case, I'll just stick with. Actually, I'll switch the old switcheroo.
The old switcheroo.
You know, the old switch. I'll do my Shatter Spike to S2 since it's just up in our business here.
Roll to hit.
Here we go.
That misses.
Shit. And then, but I can attack and then go, right? I can't attack a second time because I have.
You can attack a second time.
Extra attack.
Mm-hmm. You totally can.
Yeah. Ugh.
That also.
Not,
misses.
I'm feeling a little.
Why?
A little.
I guess why doesn't it have your bonus attached to it though? What did you roll with? What did you roll to hit with?
Oh, you know what? I didn't do it. I did it through the side die. I didn't do it through the attack actions die.
Let me just take something real quick. So it's +7. The first one would hit. The second one would not.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to roll damage, you can.
Okay.
13. This guy is a pretty big hit, but he's still alive.
Should we use the sword?
Anything else on your turn, Ivo? I think that was your movement and your actions.
Yeah. I guess I'll say thank you to Thad for bringing me back from the grave.
Rowena, that's your turn now.
Okay, I would like to advance once more on Lena and
Fuck
push her up against the wall and use my rapier to stab her.
Jesus.
Okay. Roll to hit. You do have advantage on this because no one is around it within 5 feet. That's how you get your sneak attack again. So.
Okay.
Going to be more than enough to hit anyway. But let's see if you crit. Why not? Fuck it.
Let's try.
Yeah. You do hit. Okay. You can roll damage if you'd like.
Okay.
And this will again include the rapier hit, sneak attack, and the rest.
Okay, what was that? 5? Oh, I guess it's on there. Mm-hmm. All right. Poison. 4.
Nice. How would did you see what your dice rolls were, by the way, on that 3d6?
I just saw.
It was 6, 6, 6. Speaking of which, how would you like to murder this person?
Whoa.
Well, I would like to approach. I would like to advance on her with the rapier, and say,
"She does look very terrified at this point."
Oh, good. Oh, now you're terrified because you talked a big game when my friends and I came in. You were insulting to dwarves, to robots, and to the storm winds. And I'm sure if we had given you a chance, you would have been mean to the to whatever Ivo is, and to fish too. And you know
Tiefling.
what? My father. What'd you say, Ivo?
Tiefling.
Oh, tiefling. Sorry, excuse me. I don't see you as I just see you as my bodyguard and my friend. And I would like to say, and I would like to say, you know what? My father might have been a drunk, and he might have run my family into the ground, but he had something that you never have, and at this point in your life, this 11th hour, you never will have, which is the love of his family. And you think you love Jackson? Den had a good point. He wouldn't betray you with a moment's notice, and you would do the same for him. You're a sad little woman, and that's how you're gonna die.
Wait.
And
it's
then
not?
Oh, yeah? Yeah?
Are you killing her?
Oh, well, does she have anything to say?
Just pleading for her life.
First of all, anything we gotta know? Where's Jackson at?
I'd let you kill me before I told you anything.
Okay,
Well,
your wish is my command. And then I run her through with the rapier.
And you see as you run her through with the rapier, the black tendrils of like Talona's poison starts to kind of creep up through her neck and into her face, and her eyes start to pus, and she's not even able to scream as her just kind of voice cuts out, and she falls backwards on the ground, dead.
Thanks, Talona.
As you kill her, I would like everyone in the room to roll a perception check. Let's see what we got. 6, 17. So you guys are all kind of hovering over this this now dead body of Lena Orbweaver, the former leader of Castleton, wondering what you're going to end up doing next. As this happens, you hear this and her body just turns into smoke, and you see the smoke get sucked down through the floor.
holy shit. Oh. There's a cricket.
Just a cricket. It's not going to hurt you. That cricket starts laughing, though. You better get the fuck out.
Wait, you were scared of a cricket and not Nate's?
Oh, yeah, I was so confused.
We could use this too.
Okay, yeah, that was a weird moment.
This is interestingly timed.
Yeah.
Now we need a piece of paper.
Are you having Rachel?
Nate released a
killed?
cricket into Bernie's apartment.
Sometimes you just gotta force the effect, you know. When Lena dies, you do see that the other creatures are all gone as well. They no longer exist because she doesn't exist. But her body is no longer there.
And the gas is
Sell
gone
her
too,
soul.
right?
The gas is gone too.
The poison.
Yep.
Ivo, are you okay?
Barely.
I
definitely took a lot of.
You got it.
That was a close shave for sure. I'm sitting at 5 hit points, like thanks to Thad, but I was definitely out of it for a couple minutes there.
I got you, buddy. How you feeling about God and shit? You believe in that now?
I didn't know that it was a conditional healing.
You can take
No,
it right
I'm
back.
I don't even really know. So I'm just like curious about if anything was illuminated to you on the other side.
I will say I feel like it's a bit hazy, it's a bit fuzzy, but I did wait till Dent's messing with all the audio stuff right now. Wait, there we go. I definitely saw some things when I was passed out, but I don't know if I don't know if they were of a divine being or anything divine caused by divinity.
Well, somehow I feel comforted and not at all comforted by that. So thanks, Iva.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, no one knows what happens after you die.
Who was it that I promised I would kill Lena? Was that Talona's creepy friend?
I don't remember.
Well, I kept my promise.
Well, you did. And Rowena, as much as I wanted you to leave the battle and to save yourself, I'm glad you stuck around. It was definitely the turning point to take her out.
Yeah, thank you, Ivo. And you know I had to do that. I feel a weight lift on my shoulders, but I'll feel even better once we find and kill Jackson. And I just want to thank everybody for a battle well fought, and thank you for the hit points, Thad.
And Lena, we all agree, is still alive in some weird ethereal capacity, right? That laughter does not sound like something that happens as you're dead.
I guess part of me thought it had something to do with Jackson, but I guess maybe I'm a novice in this world.
She herself may be dead, but whatever force she made a pact with,
Right, exactly.
lives on.
Did I might have missed this. Did the smoke monsters just disappear when she died?
Mm-hmm.
Dead.
Just like in Lost.
I'm trying to remember. I feel like we came across smoke monster creatures prior, right?
You have, but not these type, I think. These look quite a bit different than what you've seen before.
Okay.
PM, speaking of which, and is there any indication? We've probably made some sort of commotion. Can I check the doors and see if there's any indicator that people have heard us?
Roll a perception check or investigation. Up to you how you're doing it.
Okie dokie. 22.
You feel very confident that no one has heard you. And as you kind of look around and notice the doors, they're very heavy and the walls are thick. You get the sense this room is meant to be relatively soundproof.
I let the group know and suggest that maybe as we talk, we at least take a short rest.
Here, though?
Regain. Yeah, well, all we have to do is rest for an hour and we can regain a substantial amount of our hit points.
Right, and if it's soundproof, perhaps we won't have raised the alarm yet. It's kind of the safest place in the world, counterintuitively. Also, I would like to make sure Ivo in particular is all right, and there's lots of food here.
I can purify food.
Take a short rest.
I forgot I was looking through my spells earlier. I can rid food of any potential poison.
Oh, now he says this.
I mean, before I was worried, and then I was going through all my spells. I've never had the chance. I always skip over it. I'm never it's time to purify food.
This is just. Oh man.
So you could have purified all of that food that I ate. I fucking went for it.
We're just risking our lives over here.
We all gotta know our spells. Be one with self.
While everybody else is taking their rests, can I maybe start kind of hunting for any kind of information on the overall location of Jackson in this castle?
Roll an investigation check.
May I do that as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait, you need the rest though, right?
Well, can I just investigate quickly? I'm pretty good at investigation.
Yeah, for sure.
I hit a 20.
Ah,
So, Rowena, you are a little shaken up still. This seems like a big culmination of something, and it's hard for you to focus as you're looking around. Dent, you're just kind of looking at some of the areas that would be the most. You do notice that there's a desk covered with writing implements, as well as other things like a chessboard, a map of the world. It seems as though Lena took. She really did have like a hobby and passion for learning, and was a very smart woman. You do see that there are several letters here. There is one addressed to a Captain Eder, captain of the Blackstaff Guard, and it's basically a polite way of asking for his resignation. There is another letter addressed to the Font of Ogma, Oghmaa. Sorry, Oghma, no, 1A. And in it, it basically is describing how they need to meet with Lena as soon as possible, and she has questions of them. And then finally,
What do you? Sorry, phrase that better. She has questions of them, like she wants to question them.
yes, she has questions for them. She's like trying to find out information. It seems very vague, like she's not describing everything specifically, but she is basically demanding that someone from the Font of Agma comes and meets her, so that she can ask them questions. And then there is one more addressed to a JR, and it is, in essence, it's like a mix of things. It's a bit of a love letter and kind of opining a bit, and there's another portion of it that's detailing a little bit more of next steps. It does mention that Sonara is being kept below in their secret area below the temple underneath the lake. Also letting them know that the leaders of Forward Motion Solutions are here, and that they are supposed to meet with her to see if they can complete their airships on schedule.
I relay this information to, well, is the group resting then at this point? Because I wouldn't be able to relay it to them.
I'm definitely going to take a little bit of a rest, but some others might be up.
I will too.
I'm down to purify some food and chill.
I'm gonna channel divinity in the rest and return to full health.
Actually, one more thing. Dent, you rolled a 20.
Correct.
One more. This one is actually a piece of correspondence to Lena, and it is signed with the letter V. And you see that there's a like a red stamp on the bottom, and it looks almost like a blood stain. And the letter says, it's not even like addressed. It just says you, comma. You promised I would have enough resources to return to Mirabar and own the guild. I demand this is done before I do anything else. They're following me, and they've almost killed me. I'm not doing another thing for you until I have what you promised. And then again, it's signed V.
Well, that is just a treasure trove of information. Well, I have no one to tell this to because everybody else took this time to rest. So when they wake up, I tell them all this information.
Are you doing long rest or short rest?
Seems like we're doing short. But
Yeah, if you're doing short rest, they're still awake. Short rest is basically just like taking a load off. So they're still cognizant. You just can't do anything like difficult or strenuous for more than an hour.
How many hit points do we gain for a short rest?
Say that again. What do you gain? You get some abilities back, and you also can choose to roll hit die to increase your life a bit.
So you guys are short resting then? Sweet.
I hit short rest. It didn't change hit points at all.
It won't change your hit points unless you manually do it. You can choose how many hit die you want to roll those units. So like for you, if you click on short rest, you'll see that you've got 2 hit die spots left you can use, and so you can do 1d10 plus 2 times, and then whatever you roll on those dice, you can add it to your life.
Okay.
DM, what about this option for reset maximum HP changes during this rest?
That's only if I'm allowing that, which in this case I'm not.
Gotcha.
So if we were to do 2 of those, we could do 2d8 or whatever it allows for us.
Exactly. So I'll let you guys do your rolls and then just tell me what your health has returned to.
I'm at 29.
Okay.
I'm at 24.
And then, Thad, where'd your health points end up?
I am full.
Perfect.
43.
Awesome. Ivo, where are you at?
I'm at 17.
Okay. And then, Dent, where are you at?
Health-wise, I'm at 21.
Okay.
But I didn't take a rest there, right? Because I did the investigation.
Okay, so you're staying at 21. Okay, no worries. Awesome. All right. So you guys are inside of Lena's chamber still. Nothing is around because her corpse has vanished somehow. Now that you get a look around the space, it is a very nice, obviously the nicest room in all of Blackstaff Castle, and probably the nicest room in all of Castleton. It is this like wonderful 4-post bed, like lavish sheets and things, a warm fireplace, a bearskin rug. It actually overlooks like a very large stone balcony, which is on the very like corner point of Blackstaff Keep. Blackstaff Castle is built as a very domineering fortress. It's kind of this rectangular building, this tiered rectangular building, but each of the corners of the castle kind of shoot out in like these triangular like spikes. In fact, I can probably show you. Hold on 1 second. Let's see if I've got it. I'm gonna try and get a quick image of it for you real fast. Hold on 1 second so you can see it. Where are you? And I want you. And I want Blackstaff Castle. And we're going to share that.
Oh, DM, just so you know, I'm actually at 19 hit points. I should have added 2 more to
Perfect.
it.
Nope, all good. Let's see if I can share this image with you just so you can kind of see. Image overlay. Alright, should be on the screen now so you can kind of see what Blackstaff Castle looks like from the outside. So it's a pretty large fortress with like a spire on it, and Lena's room is kind of up against one of the pointy corners that kind of juts out into the into the second tier. So there is a bit of a balcony that kind of leads out into the open as well. But there's a lot of things here, bookshelves, various chests, lots of things to kind of go through at this point too.
I would love to search some chests.
So you do see that there's a bit of a door that leads into a closet where there is a wardrobe and a chest at the end. The chest is actually unlocked. You get the sense she doesn't really concern herself with security at this point. Inside, you find lots of extremely luxurious clothes. You get the sense that these clothes are probably very expensive and worth quite a bit, although you're not exactly sure how much. Underneath the clothes, though, is some jewelry, including several precious necklaces. All in all, with the jewels that are there and your understanding of gems, you probably have about $3,000 worth, or 3,000 gold pieces worth of jewelry that you could sell.
Let's
Not
snag
bad
that jewelry.
trade-off.
The only question we have to
Yeah,
ask
let's take-
ourselves, well, let me ask somebody with maybe better perception than me. Do we think that any of this jewelry could be endowed with evil magic of some kind?
It's a great question.
I would.
I'd love to check that out, see if I can use my knowledge of the arcane to see if there's anything going on that's fishy.
Roll an Arcana check. Just seems like a very nice necklace. It does. I will say with that, it does look pretty, not magical, but very well made. And maybe a little obvious who it belongs to.
Good to know. I will take said things and put them in our bag of holding.
Wow.
So I'll say you have
You don't need
two
to sell them right here. You can sell them far away.
two jeweled necklaces, each one worth about 1,500 gold pieces.
It's like you didn't even listen to them.
I checked them out. They seem fine.
They seemed expensive.
I would also like to take a look at them, DM, because I'm wondering if Jackson took some of my family stuff and gave it away to his girlfriend.
With the investigation check you rolled earlier, nothing looks familiar.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if that still counted. All right, let's sell them.
I would advise the group that we should sell them very far away from this place.
Very far away.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And
Is
and
that-
I would double advise the group that we should not get caught holding these diamonds.
Can I take a look at the piano, or does my mediocre investigation check still hold?
What are you looking for in the piano?
I would kind of just like to. Well, I just think it's interesting because she was a many-faceted woman, and I think the craftsmanship of the piano might belie something about her artistic soul. And I would like to sit down and play a sad song of Wadap on it.
Roll a performance check.
Let's see if she's got the beat.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, great. As you play it, like there is this haunting melody that kind of comes out of the piano. It is well tuned. You get the sense it is played often, and that Lena must have had some type of ability if she did play it herself. This is like the creme de la creme of pianos. It is one of the best that you could buy and purchase, and it is inlaid with like ivories and onyx and gemstones. It's a very nice, elegant instrument. That sounds wonderful to play.
She was an interesting person. Too bad she used her skills for evil.
DM, just for old time's sake, can I feel around the fireplace hearth area to make sure there's no magical or trap doors or anything like that?
So, let's roll an investigation check.
Investigation, there we go.
So as you kind of roll around, one of the firestone bricks feels a little loose, and you knock it off, and nothing happens. It just seems like it was a shittily built fireplace.
It's curious
Guys, guys, I checked. We're good. We're good.
Can I also take a look at the letter from Jackson that Dent uncovered, and I just want to see if there's any postmark or anything on it.
No postmark. It's hard to tell how long ago Lena was writing it and planning to send it. It was addressed to Jackson. You get the sense she was writing it in relatively recently, given that she's kind of using terms of now and it hasn't been sent out yet. But the most telling thing is that it seems as though it's indicating that the leaders of Forward Motion Solutions are here in the castle currently.
Oh, well, that's perfect. I would like to take the letter and put it in my bag. And I'm thinking, guys, that we maybe could use this letter and the knowledge that Forward Motion Solutions is in Castleton to stow away with them and perhaps arrange an introduction to Jackson.
Wow.
Do we want to take on Jackson this early?
I'm feeling the poison magic course through my body. I'm ready.
So I would just like a group discussion because we uncovered a couple things, right? We've got the forward motion solution with the potential way to get to Jackson. We've also got this, reading through my notes, this font of Agma. And they wanted to meet with Lena, or she wanted to meet with them to question them. And then there was also this mysterious V character who apparently had beef with Lena and did some kind of work for her. So it feels like we kind of have three different paths to follow here.
Dent, did you share that letter from V to the group?
I shared all the letters, yeah.
Ivo would recognize the name Mirabar, which is the island pretty much due north of Wadep. It is the island where the Lordless Crown headquarter. And he could probably put two and two together and assume that V is likely Valdru. Sounds like he had some kind of deal to do something back at Mirabar.
But it sounds like he was annoyed with Lena.
I just think that if somebody's annoyed, so here's my thinking. It feels like we have the opportunity to build a couple allies here, right? We've got people who are opposed to Lena. You know, we've got somebody who's being, it was like held, I don't know if it was held captive, but being held at the castle, if I'm not mistaken, or was that, sorry, was I confusing that with the
Sonara.
airship people?
That was Sonara that's being held at the castle. You already rescued her, technically.
Oh, well, there we go. Yeah, so I just want to pose this to the group because it feels like, sure, we could do this stowaway plan and try and, you know, face off, or we could maybe pile up some allies. Kind of face off a little bit stronger.
Would Voldru really work with us, though?
Yeah, he hates Ivo pretty hard. And we've tried to kill him a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had a few run-ins.
You do still
Well,
have your
you know,
tenuous alliance with the Erzatsarai, just to remind
Yeah, I
you.
was going to say, we were trying to kill the Erzatsarai before we started doing their bidding. I just feel like, you know, alliances, baby.
But also, well, we should get word to our Erzatsarai. They don't have some way of knowing already that we killed Lena, because I think they would be happy to hear that, and perhaps that could help us.
Was Lena the Erzatsurai's main adversary, or is Jackson's the one who's messing around with demons, right?
Correct.
All right.
They just suggested you kill Lena first because Lena and Jackson together would be a very tough combo.
Wasn't that Supervisor Ormond who wanted to kill Lena?
Supervisor Ormond suggested you do it to make killing Jackson easier, but the Erzatsarai mostly wanted you to get rid of Jackson.
I guess that maniacal laughter was a little demony as well, so maybe there was something going on with Lena.
We really haven't met a ton of friends of Lena's. We've met people who think Jackson is great.
True.
Bless you.
Should we find out what Fiero and what's her name? Samara are up to?
At this point, they've left the castle. Right? They used the emergency exit. You guys could like go out the same way you came in. You could try to leave through the front door of Lena's chambers. You could always circle back and go back to the.
I feel like we should probably follow in their footsteps and take the emergency exit. We've done everything we really came to this castle to do, right?
Yeah. No use in running into any guards or anyone else who'd be pissed off that we attacked Lena.
Good call.
Do I still have Bethany's invisibility cloak, or is that something she's got to be here to give to me?
She's got to be here. She was casting a spell on you.
Okay.
So it sounds like you
All
guys
right,
are
let's get it.
going back towards that that kind of secret area. You take the revolving staircase back down to the kind of hexagonal room, and you do see the as you kind of exit from the Castellan chambers pathway, you do see the other one. So there's again throne room advisory, spire roof, emergency exit, and forward guard station. So there are other ones you haven't gone to if you want to go there, or you can leave the castle. It's up to you.
I say it's time to leave.
Yeah, I don't know if I can think of anything to gain from even like the spire roof, if that is like a rooftop of seeing anything. Like I feel like there's nothing really that can be to our advantage in this case.
Other than just ransacking this place.
Even with what time is it? What's the daylight scenario here?
It's pretty late at night. You guys like have been adventuring for a while, so it's probably like 9 p.m.
So yeah, even if we got to the rooftop, and Ivo, you looked out with your magical sight, we probably wouldn't be able to see anything of like a ton of value.
True.
Yeah, I think we should probably just reconvene with our buddies.
Yeah.
See if they
Yeah,
send people who had the disease.
Cool. Alrighty, so you guys do kind of go through the marker, the path that's marked as emergency exit. This path kind of ramps up just a little bit and is mostly just a straight shot towards the rear of the keep. When you do get to the end, which is after a few hundred feet of walking through this blank stone hallway, you end at what seems to be a dead end. But as you kind of get closer, you can see that there is a handle kind of attached to the end of this wall. And as you kind of grab the handle and turn it, the blank wall just kind of push out, and you actually see that you are now outside of the perimeter stone wall of the keep. You're on the lakeside, but you're still technically in the city of Castellan. So as you kind of sneak out of this little passage and kind of get around some crates and storage things that are kind of blocking it, meant to hide it, you do see that you're kind of looking up at a dock and some warehouses that are situated on the lakeside. But you are safely outside of the castle. It is nighttime, and there is a pretty easy way to either get back into the city or just continue back across the lake and towards the Temple of the Saviors. And I think that's where we'll end the mission tonight, unless you guys want to keep going and do anything specific.
Good for me.
Feels like a nice natural stopping point.
Yeah.
So there, you are pretty much outside of the castle. Lena is supposedly dead, seemingly so. We've murdered her, and you guys are outside of Blackstaff Castle in the city of Castleton.
Good job, y'all.
Nice work, everybody.